Hello, my name is Daniel Follis, and for my case study, I am looking at the Virgin Islands Coral Reef National Monument. A little bit of history of the Virgin Islands, especially St. John, where the reef is located, is that it was originally inhabited by the Chiboney and Arawak people, some thinking that they inhabited the land from as early as 1000 BC. It became a declared protected area in 1956 by Lawrence Rockefeller through the non-profit organization Jackson Hole. They donated 5,000 acres of land on St. John to the National Park Service on August 2nd of the same year. The United States Congress passed legislation to establish the Virgin Islands National Park. So, obviously, the major stakeholders in the park were Lawrence Rockefeller and the National Park Service. Was any of it contested? Yes, in the beginning, there was lots of contesting with the natives, where lots of people were removed or killed. Evictions did take place, where native people were removed from the island, and before the protected area was a thing, African Americans were removed from their home to come to the island to work on plantations. It is currently a Category 2 on the IUCN category scale for protected areas. The Virgin Islands Coral Reef National Monument comprises most of the islands of Hassel and St. John. President Clinton established the landmark in 2001. The protected area is submerged and preserves 22 miles of aquatic organisms and coral inside adjoining tropical woods. In the Virgin Islands Monument's 12,708 acres of aquatic life, about 30 of the 45 recognized aquatic habitats may be found, which is unique in such a confined region. The establishment of the protected area. Coral bleaching occurred on the United States Virgin Islands in 2005, resulting in the decrease and death of 60% of the environment's coral inhabitants. After the destruction of the reef, experts developed a study program dedicated to preserving the corals and their associated ecosystems in the region. After investigating the Virgin Islands National Park, researchers revealed several formerly undiscovered coral reefs at the foot of the mangrove swamps and hurricane holes. In the mangrove areas along the coastlines, the coastal areas were being protected from bleaching by the mangroves, which marked the establishment of these well-preserved Virgin Islands coral reefs. Even though there is no straightforward reason why these environments can support such a diverse range of marine life, the Virgin Islands coral reef coastal ecosystem emerged as a valuable asset in the recovery and protection of sea life as a whole. This phenomenon is attributed to their huge biodiversity, which led to the declaration of the Virgin Islands as a protected area. This is partially because mangrove forests root themselves function as a filtration system, supplying the corals with safe water. The ecosystems at Virgin Islands Coral Reef are also suspected of having greater thresholds and rigidity to varying water temperature and safeguards against bleaching. The discovery of this natural phenomenon enabled scientists to compare and contrast several fragile corals with well-safeguarded reefs. One direct threat to the protected area are lionfish, Lionfish are an endangered species wreaking havoc on coral reefs and coastal fish populations worldwide. It is a dangerous, ravenous predator indigenous to the western Pacific and thriving in coastal regions of the United States, Caribbean, and Southeast regions. The invading Indo-Pacific lionfish was discovered in the United States Virgin Islands in 2008 and was removed from the island's St. John U.S. National Park the following year. In 2009, the first invading lionfish was discovered and removed from the waters of St. Croix. Though originally discovered in 2008, the invading lionfish remained almost undetected in St. Thomas and St. John until late 2010, even though the island of St. Croix continued to catch the fish following the first discovery in 2009. Following then, the magnitude and frequency of sightings grew across the U.S. Virgin Islands. This non-native species may cause damage to coastal ecosystems since the dominant species that competes for space and food with overfished native populations. In addition to being harmful to beneficial organisms such as algae-eating parrotfish, scientists worry that the presence of lionfish may cause seaweed to spread over reefs. When it comes to populations and range expansion, the lionfish population in the United States is already on the rise. A big part of this is because lionfish have no known enemies and breed throughout the year long. A mature female produces around 2 million eggs each year. What are some indirect threats and underlying causes of those indirect threats? The most major indirect threat harming the Virgin Islands are hurricanes. Hurricanes are among nature's most violent storms. They generate powerful winds, severe storm floods, and heavy rains that contribute to floods and landslides, thunderstorms, and strong currents. When they occur, they stimulate the spreading of lionfish in the Virgin Islands Coral Reef National Monument. The underlying cause of these hurricanes is, of course, global warming. Global warming also raises the number of water vapor that the stratosphere can store. Each degree Celsius of warmth increases the air's capacity to store around 7% additional moisture. Therefore, this raises the chance of extreme